Well, we've made it. This is it. This is the final after show of Subversion Live Season 3. The finale is just in a few days, and no after show for the finale. Can't catch me doing that. But 10th episode has been out for a few days now, and I've got a lovely guest to come and recap it with me. If you've not seen it, go watch it first. Nothing we say here matters unless you've seen the episode. Come hang out in Discord. We got links on our YouTube. Come hang out there. It's way more fun there anyway. But without further ado, it's a family reunion because my mother is here. It's Kari. Hello.
Hello. I'm repping the Sam Foser today.
Please, HTL Season 1 reigning champion, or well, were reigning champions. What was y'all's team name then?
Boy George Michael Jackson Brown
That's
versus
right.
the Board of Education. Thank you.
Jesus Christ. How much I have forgotten that. Lord Almighty. Well, what's new with you? What's going on? I mean, you were on the after like, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, baking a lot of desserts. That's pretty much been my life recently. I just made a little banana pudding trifle for your nerves. And later tonight I have to make a sticky toffee pudding. So. But now I'm here to talk about people's suspicions and
as it should be.
Yeah.
Well, let's hop right in. So we're reeling from the double, where we said goodbye to Alex and Sammy, who were two of the biggest mole suspects at the time, and like a lot of people were looking at Alex and Sammy at the final.
My top suspect was Alex for most of the series.
A lot of people.
Like I had to try to find a suspect that wasn't Alex. So I started this episode. I burned my notebook before it started. So.
And I mean, I've been there. Trust and believe. I've played a mole game where I've gone almost all in on someone, and they go home, and I'm like, well, it's time to start over.
Nice, actually, yeah. Well, that's kind of where I am now, and I'm experiencing just a slight bit of like live game PTSD. So thank you for that.
Truly. And there are people going through those withdrawals right now. I mean, obviously, someone can be the mole, feigning this, but. Taylor's expressing how heavy they went on Alex, allegedly went all in. Cooper's expressing that he went very heavy on Alex. Liz is expressing how they were very heavy on Sammy. So it's this like weird feeling of a lot of relief because, hey, I can get out of this tunnel that clearly would have sent me to my grave, but also... well, shit, I have been so wrong for so long, and there is like a confidence level that is hard to get back because you felt so confident in something, and now you're realizing, oh, wow, I'm wrong, and like, do you even have faith in yourself to pivot and find a different tunnel? But is that tunnel going to be right? Because you clearly weren't right before. It's such a weird feeling that I don't miss or love.
I do not miss it either. I've experienced it twice, and this is the sort of point in the game that I realize I'm wrong, and there's not really much that you can do about it. Like you can start over, and you can try to find the mole having nothing, 6 or 5, but there's only so much that you can catch up with people, and it's possible. Believe me, it's possible. We have seen it happen, but. I did not envy some of the incredibly anxious DRs that I saw in this episode. It did rule some people out for me, like completely opening my mind back up to it could be anyone. It did rule at least one person completely out for me, and that would be Taylor.
Okay.
Because bless his heart, he looked so stressed in those DRs, and in the rest of the episode, you can kind of see him standing there or sitting there, and his foot's just tapping, like he's just clearly trying to catch up with his own brain. If Taylor is the mole, I'm going to be so impressed because you had the stamina to mole those people and also the viewers that long later. Like I'll be really impressed, but it ruled him out for me for the most part.
The fact that
He tried it in the lasers, but
the fact that he's even functioning is quite impressive. For those who don't know, Taylor is a lawyer, and he was doing work while also at this game. So that man had maybe 2 hours of sleep every night, and that's being generous. The fact he was functioning here on day 5 is like bravo just for that alone. But
absolutely wild.
Yeah, truly insane. But let's hop into the lasers. We've referenced the lasers already. Let's hop in. It's Robbery of the Century. It's quite simple. I forget how many lives I gave them because really I just wanted the executed people to have fun shooting each other. They all needed
Absolutely.
they needed to get some frustrations out. So I think I gave them like 25 or so lives. So basically they got 25 or so lives to run into the field and collect as many envelopes as they can. I think it was 6 envelopes. It was their maximum, if I'm correct. Some are worth money, some are worth advantages, some have nothing in them. So they're trying to quickly find the envelopes they want and bring them back before they run out of lives. The order was determined by them. They could choose whatever order they wanted. And clearly that we'll get into Colby v. Julia, but
I have a few questions about that if you can reveal them at the end of our
Oh,
session.
sure.
But please continue.
Yeah, why not? But Jabbar goes first. Why, I don't know. Like, me knowing Jabbar, I'm not giving that bitch shit. Like, if I think Jabbar is a player, best believe I'm not going to harness him with more advantages. Absolutely
No,
not.
because that's your top competition.
Jabbar is incredibly smart.
That is the person to beat right now.
Like, if you think he's a player, absolutely not. Do not give him anything. So I was quite surprised to see Jabbar go first. But Jabbar goes out, quickly finds some advantages, which he quickly takes for his own possession. This is the final round where advantages are available. So he does take 2+1s on his way out, along with $11. So, you know, a decent chunk. A decent chunk of change.
I probably wouldn't even have taken the $11. Yeah. Good for him.
I mean, how kind of him to still leave 2 other advantages out there. How sweet of him.
Absolutely.
But overall, a strong run from Jabbar. I mean, the barrel roll I will be using as a meme.
I was so happy when I saw that. I had to rewind it like 3 times. It was so good. Like, thank you for understanding that this is what the viewers want to see.
It's giving, for those who know, it's giving Kylie Sonique Love, like fully tripped over his own feet, but recovered with a nice somersault. Like, it was so cunt. I lived. It was so good.
A minor Free Willy moment.
Yeah.
If you're a driver's girl, yes, indeed.
Please, yes.
It was so good. I loved it. As a Star Fox girly, I was here for it. I understood the reference.
Well, let's hop into it. So again, I'm not with the 6 of them as they're deciding their order. So I'm just back there being like, who's next? Who's after Peppermint? Who's that? Like, we gotta go. Like, who's next? And Julia is claiming it's her. Colby's claiming it's him. And you know, Colby gets his way, and you know, Julia's like, fine, fuck it, I'll beat you advantages list. I don't even need advantages. I'll beat you myself. Don't even worry about it. And she storms off, but Colby gets to go second. I guess you were saying you had some questions. I may have some answers, I may not.
I was wondering how they figured out who was going first and like what the order was. And then you had mentioned that there was some contention, which we heard in the DRs. So how was it decided? Was it like a majority rules and some people were a little bit salty? Was it random?
I allowed them to discuss as a group and y'all to make your own decisions, but they knew that there were advantages out there, and obviously those would be first come, first serve. So there isn't, you know, an incentive to go out earlier, which I wouldn't have put Jabbar. Like, if you think he's a player, I'm not putting him first. If you think he's the mole, then screw it. Who cares? Colby has had more advantage in this game than anybody. He's last. He's 6th for me. Like, regardless of status, mole or not, we obviously know he's not the mole. But like, regardless, this man has had more gimmies than anybody. Last, you go sixth,
Absolutely.
babes. So I was quite surprised that, I mean, when I came back and was like, who is second? There was people in support of Julia going second. There was support in favor of Colby as well. But ultimately, Colby stuck by his ground, and Julia was at least willing to be like, you know what, fuck it, fine. If the group wants Colby, then fuck it, I'll beat y'all anyway. And I love a confident queen who said, you know what, I don't even need them. Like, truly choke.
Absolutely.
So,
and it would stress the other people out if she decided, well, I'll do this as a strategy reason, and moved toward the back of the line and said, well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to beat you in a quiz anyway. That would make other people anxious if they're paying attention. Yep. So it was a really good move for her.
And I live. I mean, Taylor's done it before as well. When Taylor handed back his advantage a couple episodes ago and called this shot as well and said, I don't need this. I'm going to beat y'all anyway. And he at least made it through the next couple rounds. So clearly, has proven his point. Well, I love confidence, and I love petty as well. So we'll never say no to more petty. But let's get into Colby's run. So Colby wins out and gets to go second. How lovely for him. And per Colby, he's going to go for the advantages. He has been living on advantages this whole game, and he's not going to change that up anytime soon. So he goes second. He manages to find a +1 as well as an exemption. He finds the 2 remaining advantages. Also kind of for him to like take the exemption, but also the +1, which is meaningless once you have an exemption. But just I lived for the camp of that.
Again, good strategy, because if someone else doesn't have it, like, even though I know I would be safe, like, giving that advantage to somebody else is still helping people when that's not this game.
Absolutely. Like, who knows? Maybe had a +1 been given out to someone else, maybe Liz doesn't go home here. Who's to say? Who's to know? Because Liz is next in line to go. So maybe had Liz got a +1, maybe things change. But Colby gets his exemption and a +1, and with his remaining time before he is ultimately killed off in the challenge, he gets $6 for the pot, which I just... his confessional really tickled me of like, I earned $6, which was like at least enough for like a Happy Meal. I'm like, please, not you try to justify this $6 like it's truly something. Love Colby.
I enjoyed his run. I didn't really see anything suspicious in his run. Like, the earlier people that ran were a lot faster, like they were trying to get to things. The end of the group, you could really tell they were kind of checked out. And my favorite move by far was using the inflatable as a shield. It did not work at all. Like, the man was flashing red like the whole time. Like, the batteries were going to die. He was getting hit so much, which was suspicious.
Really tickled me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Colby, $6 exemption +1, fab. We move Liz Liz and Cooper kind of round out our, all right, I'll play for the pot, sure, if I must, because there's nothing left. Liz brings back $23 worth of stuff.
Excellent.
Like, icon for the pot, and then Cooper brings back 15. Both still very much in it, caring, wanting to bring back what they can. I mean, both still looking for stuff. Still, I mean, Cooper's back in the corner, and I mean, it's hard to hear, but like, if you're listening for it, like, Sterling is like, girl, there's nothing back here, babes. Like there's nothing back here, but sure as hell he is maneuvering in the back of the field where there is absolutely nothing. Like, the XP players are guarded off to kind of like guard in the play area, and sure but fuck, Cooper's in the back just running rampant back there, but running nonetheless. Then we get to Taylor's fifth, who his strategy is to use the inflatable as a shield, which is not working at all. He is losing lives like crazy, but he is gathering up all the envelopes to kind of throw them in the middle in hopes he can find something. of
Which would
value
have
to
been
him.
smart for one of the early players to do. Like if you're
Yes.
a player and you're thinking about, how can we earn the most money, it would have been smart to do that earlier than his run.
Yeah.
But
And so Taylor doesn't find anything that is of value to him. Plenty of money still left on the table. I mean, I forget how much this challenge was worth, 80, 100, 120, I forget. But so there was still like 50 or so dollars left out on the field that could have been picked up at some point. But Taylor just says, fuck it. And he ends his run. He just says, nope, you know what? Y'all don't want money because you're clearly going for advantage. Then I'm not going to fill the pot for y'all. Which has been a very big mentality this season of if someone's going to be selfish, then fuck it. I'm not going to earn anything. Like if I don't have the same opportunity, then you know what? You're not going to get anything from me. I'm not going to.
I have also done that.
Like, and I get it. I mean, ultimately, this is a pot that only one person wins. So I do get the philosophy of saying, fuck it. You don't want to go for the money, then why should I go for the money? Like, I'll meet you where you're at. I'll meet you at your $6. So
Exactly. And you have a harder time getting there if you don't have an advantage to get there. And
Yeah.
so when you think about like you can't win the money unless you get there, so you're going to want all the advantages. So I don't blame anyone for taking the advantages, but I also don't blame the people who missed out on them for refusing to play someone else's monetary game for them.
Yeah, no, I don't blame them. It's a
but it
hard
also
part
makes for really suspicious viewers.
Right. It's an easy ploy to fall back on as the mole to be like, oh, well, we've already set the precedent to do A, B, and C. When people be selfish, then fine, I'll do exactly. A, B, and C. It's a hard game. I mean, I'm never going to take anything away from these. I mean, we're at the end of day 4 of a very long and exhausting game. Some of these people just had their top suspects go home, so they're already, tense. There's a lot going on. It's like I will never shame someone for, saying fuck it. I just want to be petty and not go for the pot and screw it. Even if, let's say, Taylor goes on to win the season, I don't think he would regret what he did there.
No.
And if getting to
the
Julia,
money's not real until they send it to your Venmo account.
Exactly. It ain't. Not that it ain't real, and it's hard, and it's what's so hard about this game in particular, and it's probably one of the biggest critiques I see of this format is like, why would people care about a pot that inevitably you might not win at the end of the day? And playing for the pot has its downsides to the strategic side of the game. So like there's such an ebb and a flow to playing for the pot that you might not end up winning when playing for the pot could make you seem like not the mole, which is inherently not necessarily a great thing, but also being seen as the mole was also not inherently a great thing either. So like this is all this weird thing, but like it's hard to shame people for prioritizing their longevity and the strategic side of maybe being a decoy versus, adding 10, $15 to the pot. So all in all, I understand where he's coming from. And then Julia doing the same thing, is hoping and praying that maybe Taylor missed something and that something has gone unnoticed. And once it becomes clear that there is nothing, she plays the same game.
Dramatic exit, amazing. Like the dramatic, just she knows ball. I appreciated that a lot.
She knew the cameras were rolling, and she knew how to eat with the like Terminator-esque collapse to the ground. Truly camp. But
I love it when people realize that you're playing a live reality game. Have fun with it. Like it's very stressful when you're in it. Very stressful. But you can also be stressed and have a good time at the same time. And that's what I've loved about this cast is that everyone seemed to get that.
Yeah, they're all. And that's probably like the biggest advice I could give to like any LRG you go play. Don't take it too seriously. Like it's just an LRG at the end of the day. Like have some fun. If you're not having fun as the priority, then maybe you're not doing it right. Like
exactly.
Play to win, be serious about winning, but like have some fun. Like let loose a little bit. Like it's a silly game at the end of the day. But let's head to the second mission. Apparently, this round we really said Second Amendment because more shooting. Good Lord. No, it literally, when we woke up the next morning and I realized what was next, I was like, God almighty, what is wrong with us putting both gun challenges together? It's like, good Lord, this looks bad on paper. All right. But draw, shoot. So what's going to happen is in an order defined by, again, all power to the people. Y'all can go whatever order you want. One player will take their so there's a board. I think it's like 5x5. It starts off with mostly white sheets. It has some green. It has some red. Cooper is going to go first, so he's going to take some warning shots. Based on how well he does his warning shots, that will then add more green or red to the path. He will then be led blindfolded and will have to trust their partner to touch the green squares while avoiding the red squares. More green squares that he touch means that he's worth more money. And then at the end of his run, he will take some final shots, which will then determine how much of that money he will make. So Cooper goes first. He hits 2 of his warning shots, so he adds 2 greens and adds 1 red to the board. Julia's guiding him. It goes quite smoothly. I mean, most of the blindfolded goes quite smoothly outside of a couple people. But Cooper then, so he's worth $12, the maximum amount of money that you could be worth at this point, based on how many greens are on the board. But it makes 2 of his final shots, so he ends up earning 2/3 of his worth. So he earns $8 overall. A solidly fine job. I mean, some opportunities were missed, but when you're kind of first, like whatever, cool beans. We get to Colby, who goes second. Again, hits 2 of his warning shots, so we'll add 2 greens and a red to the board. Cooper's his guide. It goes well. There's trust there. Colby, on the other hand, only hits 1 of his final shots, so he only earns 1/3 of his worth. We know he's not the mole. He's just bad at shooting. Liz is third. Liz, once again, hits 2 warning shots, so we'll add 2 greens and 1 red. Colby guides Liz. Again, goes flawlessly. They hit all the greens that they can, but Liz only hits 1 of their final shots, only earning 33%. We know Liz isn't the mole, so we'll move on through Liz. We'll get to Taylor. So Taylor is the first person to only hit 1 warning shot, so he only adds 1 green to the board, adds 2 reds. With Liz guiding him, still goes well. They hit all the greens possible. They're doing quite well in the blindfolded portion. We thought maybe at this stage in the game, people might not trust their partner and what they have to say, but overall they're doing quite well up until here. So Taylor, earns or is worth $22, but hits 2 final shots on the back end, so he earns 67% of his worth there. Now let's get to Jabbar, and this is where the challenge starts to derail a little bit. So Jabbar hits 1 warning shot, so 1 green and 2 reds get added to the board of 5x5s. Taylor is guiding him, and there is clearly no trust here, at least. Initially Taylor's leading him towards green, but Jabbar doesn't trust him, so then Taylor's like, fuck it, then fine, I'm going to lead you towards reds then. Like, if you don't want to trust me, then. It's like this weird dynamic of Jabbar kind of trusting Taylor, not trusting Taylor. What a mess.
Jabbar Taylor freaked me out because, like, right at the beginning of this episode, the way Taylor was acting in DR, I'm like, there's no way. Like, yeah. I'm ruling you out again. Like, it's not you. But then in this, he was so suspicious. And I know at the end he said it was because he wanted people to think he was the mole so that he would have time to find the mole. But, like, it does make you think. But then for Jabbar, the whole episode when he's talking in his DRs, he's saying, I've been really confident most of the game that I know who it is. And that tracks with his body language, the way he's talking, like his general vibe. Like, he seems comfortable. He is ready for this final quiz, which means that he knows who it is. And so why is he acting that way toward Taylor? Like, even if you know that Taylor's not the mole and Taylor's pretending to be the mole, why would you act that way? So I could be delusional. Maybe the mole is Taylor. that scene specifically has been what I've been thinking about since the episode aired. Because why? Why would either one of them act that way? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very
Because I
interesting
don't
to
think that it's either one of
watch.
them. Like,
Which then makes it hard to rationalize what's going on, unless potentially both are in cahoots to make Taylor look like the mole. That's really the
maybe
only
I did not
rational
consider that. Yeah.
explanation you can make if you think they're both players. But then you have to believe that they're both in on it
But
together, which
then,
is possible.
but then you would assume that they were working together, which, based on Taylor's DRs, he thought it was Alex. So starting over, I don't, I don't know.
It's a lot to process because it just doesn't make a
Mm.
lot of sense on paper unless the easier option is just one of them's the mole and they just don't have trust in each other. Then it starts to make a lot easier of sense. But yeah, it's a
Because
mess.
I've been watching this whole series, like this whole season, like Jabbar is just playing such a good player game. Like people are suspicious of Jabbar, but like Jabbar just seems to know like what's going on, what's happening, what's about to happen. Like he's ready. Is it because he's the mole, or is he just good?
Yeah,
So we
isn't
know that he's good, but like,
I know it's the age-old question, but just what a mess of a run.
mm,
He could have been up to $24 if he had hit all the green squares, but he ends up only being worth 12 because he doesn't hit all the green squares. He hits some reds. I mean, it's just there's no trust here in this pairing for whatever reason. So a lot of money left on the table. Jabbar hits 2 of his final shots, so he'll earn 67% of his worth on the back end. And then Julia is last. Julia starts off strong, hitting 2 warning shots, so 2 green and 1 red. She could have been worth $28 had they hit all their greens, but um, hits most of the greens. They miss out on a green, and Jabbar makes Julia hit a red in the final throws as he's trying to lead her towards the last green. She ends up hitting a red on the way towards the end. And then Julia only hits 1 of her final shots, so only earns 33% of the $25 that she was worth. So
and
overall,
to me, that's a mole. That's how a mole would play their portion in that challenge. Like that was expertly played if you're the mole. So
I know and going last has its inherent advantages because you're the potential of earning more money is there. So as the mole, if you're able to go near the end and then not do as well, that then is more advantageous. But then the reverse psychology of, well, if that's the best place to be in, is the mole gonna put themselves there, or are they going to reverse psychology it and then go towards the beginning? The fun things you have to think about when you're playing this game, all the double reverse its that you have to think about. But we head to the quiz section, and there's a lot of suspicions in many places. So we have Liz, who's prime again. People will say who trusts the edit, who trusts the confessionals, and valid. You're right for that. You're right for that. So, but what we hear is Liz is going primarily on Jabbar with a splash of Taylor, Colby, Cooper. Second suspect is maybe Taylor. Cooper is looking at Taylor, but also eyeing Colby and Jabbar. Colby's looking at Taylor, Jabbar's looking at Cooper, Julia's looking at Colby and desperately wants Liz out, has said it multiple times in this episode up to this point, and Taylor is looking at Colby, per what the confessionals are saying. And in the end, with Julia's menacing smile after Liz's screen goes red, so we do have to say goodbye, unfortunately, to Liz, but a very, very happy Julia to get Liz out. And I think a lot of people were very threatened by Liz. I think Liz is very, very intelligent, and people very much were worried that if Liz got onto the correct answer, that they would out quiz anybody.
mm.
There you go.
The reactions in this elimination were really suspect. And I was just watching whatever I could, starting over at episode 10. And the very, very happy at an execution is out of place and suspicious. And I get it based on like the DR when you're talking to DR and like it's really going to help you if this person goes. I get it, but it seemed like that was really suspicious to me. And the other reaction that was incredibly suspicious to me was Cooper. Like, why do you look like shocked Pikachu? Like, it was just very, like, it felt very almost put on, like, not that he knew that who was going, but like everyone else looked really surprised, so I have to be too. Because the reaction was just a little bit behind for me. So I started watching those two really heavily going into the next half of the episode.
You're reaching, and again, the end game is so interesting because there's so few people left, and I think people start to build up such assumptions about each other. And once the season is over, I'm happy to spill all of the terrible assumptions that this cast made, but there were a lot of bad assumptions that people made about each other, which then led to questionable decision making because they were certain of certain assumptions which were false. The biggest advice outside of have fun, don't take it too seriously. The second thing is like never assume. Don't assume in these games. Like it's the worst thing you can do is assume you know what people are up to or what they're thinking, especially in a mole game. Never assume anything. Assume if you're going to assume anything, assume everyone's lying to you. Assume
that's
you're
the only thing that you should assume.
Yeah, assume everyone's lying to you. Assume you know nothing.
Assume the light has gas in it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like nothing else, because I think a lot of and Liz was not a bad quiz taker. I mean, that assumption wasn't terribly wrong to think that Liz, maybe could have out quizzed and outspeeded everyone had they figured it out. Sure. Was Liz ever going to clock onto the correct mole? No. With all love, and Liz will be the first one to admit this as well. Liz was bamboozled. They will be the first to admit that they were completely wrong about who it was, and had their top suspect gone out, that they probably wouldn't have even pivoted to the correct mole then and there. So I get being scared of Liz, but also they have to be right. They have to be right in order to be a scary quiz taker. You can be an amazing quiz taker, but if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right. People tell me all the time, you take the most detailed notes. Like every time we look in your notebook, we're terrified. Like if you get to the finale, girl, I have to be right.
That's right. The thing.
So, yeah.
That's the thing. People were so afraid of both of us in our game that we played together, and it's like we both weren't.
You
wrong.
Still have to be correct.
Let's be fair. Sarah was on our sites, but we weren't confident enough to take the step, to take the full step.
No.
And that's the thing is like, yeah, we're threatening players, but if we don't end up in the right position and know what we need to know at the right time, then it doesn't matter. Exactly. So if anything we learn from Liz's execution into future players, if you're playing our series or playing a different mole game, don't assume. Assume everything you know is wrong. That's probably a better assumption to make than assuming you don't.
Some of the best advice I was ever given about playing the mole is look for evidence that supports why you are wrong. Yes. Like if you are if I'm so convinced that mole is Carl, I need to look for reasons that I'm wrong, because if you lose, it's because you're wrong. So you should be double checking your work and really, really making sure before hastening. You can get lucky, but
you can. We played a game with someone who locked onto the right mole for the most ridiculous reason, but it happens. Amazing. Like it when it works, it works. It's fabulous. But when it doesn't
I thought
work,
that I clocked Alex off the toes. So like, it can be anything, really.
It can be anything. Yeah. And look, tunnel vision's hard in these games, and especially when you're on day 5 of 5, and you have to believe in your heart to some degree that you're here for a reason. You've clearly done enough right to be here. It's hard to get out of the tunnel, but looking for evidence that you are wrong is so crucial in a game like this, because a few people at this stage could have afforded to find some evidence that they were wrong because they were wrong. I mean, I'll just cat out of the bag. Both Liz and Colby are wrong. They go heavy, if not all in, on their top suspect. If that is who they say it is in the confessional, that's for you to decide, because Foser is editing to make you double, triple, quadruple guess yourself. But both Liz and Colby, who go home, are both wrong. They go heavy on a person that is not them all. And so both could have maybe afforded a little bit of, maybe I should take a step back and think about all the events up to this point, and maybe there's some value in what I'm not seeing. But let's get to Colby's execution. So we have to get through hidden agendas first. This is a chance for them to just let their creativity flow. Each of them are given 3 tasks. One's an easy task worth $2. One's a medium task worth $5, and then there's a hard task worth $8. And they got some time to strategize what they're going to do, but ultimately they've got 20 minutes to put on a production or put on a show or whatever they want to do, while also getting their hidden tasks done within that 20 minutes. But they're wanting to do so much that it becomes difficult to discern what's a task versus not. But they're under the watchful eyes of 5 of our executed players, who will be watching. And at the end of the 20 minutes, they each will get, I think, 5 or so questions to ask each player. It's a yes or no question about things that relate to their tasks. Ultimately, the executed players will then get 1 guess to each player's for each player, and they want to guess something that they believe that was one of their tasks. If they're correct, then they invalidate all of the tasks and make that player worth no money, which is fabulous. That's what they want. But an additional layer is that there's this hidden object that's worth $50. Whoever holds the hidden object can lie during the questioning phase. They're the only player who's allowed to lie during the questioning phase. Everyone else who doesn't have the object must tell the truth. The executed players also get 1 guess as to who's holding the object. If they're correct, then no money is earned. If they're incorrect, the players win $50. So there's a lot going on here, but ultimately, do your tasks covertly, don't get caught, yada, yada, yada. So I'll push it over to you, and then we can talk deets and whatever we want to chat about.
I thought this challenge was so funny, and full disclosure, I was not really paying attention during the instructions because I like to be surprised and figure it out as I go along. And I recommend that to some of the viewers because you can pick up on things that you wouldn't necessarily pick up on before. And I'd said previously that I was really looking at like 2 particular people, and Cooper to me was very suspicious in this. And it wasn't really anything except like trying to pull focus during times that you're trying to complete your own task.
Yeah.
And like when Taylor just hecked off out of the room for several minutes and came back, like the second he came back, Cooper was right there and like had like put a blanket on, just like really trying to pull focus. And it just felt to me like maybe you're trying to give clues and hints to the players, like it was very, very suspicious. And then just sitting in the very middle of the floor for the majority of the game, like the 20 minutes, I would have asked if that was your prompt and task. But like the water drinking, doing it in the same place in the center of the room is really suspicious. Like if you have to drink 2 full glasses of water, you should kind of be walking around and giving yourself a reason to drink that water. Yeah. So just sitting in one place and just camelbacking it was suspicious.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot going on. Yeah. So Julia had envelope A. So she has the $2 easy prompt of drinking at least 2 full glasses of water, which she does out in the open, right in the middle. And luckily for her, no one clocks onto it. So $2 there. Same. I was watching and again, it's hard when I know the prompts and I'm like watching them do it and I'm just like, oh god, like
I was
this
like,
is so
hers
obvious.
has to be like pretend to be a camel, because why are you drinking so much water?
B, or the second one, which was visibly take the special item and inform the executed players audibly that you have it. She does that pretty early, which and I wasn't around for their strategy time, so I don't know who came up with the brilliant strategy, which was they know that the executed players are going to try and figure out who has the special item. That's worth the most money. It's worth 50 of the 125. So they ideally want to catch whoever has it in a lie. They want to figure out, oh, you just lied there. You're the holder of this. So I don't know who came up with the strategy, but the brilliant idea of we're gonna basically make 5 like newspaper holdings. We're gonna put the special item in one of them, and then Taylor's gonna take them all outside, randomly mix them up, bring them all out, and everyone's gonna take one at random, so nobody knows who has the special item. So they basically eliminate that element of basically, I don't know if I have the special item or not. There's no reading into social cues. There's no reading into body language. There's no reading into anything because literally nobody knows who has it. So they've completely taken that element out. And like, I give it up. I don't know who thought of it. Whoever did, feel free to own it. I don't know who did that, but bravo, snaps, because you ate that. But yeah, Julia drinks the 2 full glasses of water. She immediately acknowledges that she has the special item, and then Taylor yeets and takes them all out. So she gets the $7 there. Her $8 hard prompt that she doesn't successfully do is speak uninterrupted for at least 2 minutes. She starts to sing uninterrupted.
Yeah, she tried.
She tried. Ultimately,
and who interrupted her, mind you? I'm pretty sure it was Cooper that interrupted her.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it is.
In a blanket.
In a blanket. Speaking of, Cooper has envelope B, and he completes none of his tasks. So his $2 easy prompt was only grab items using your non-dominant hand. Must grab at least 10 different items throughout the mission. He read that as I just have to grab 10 items with my non-dominant hand and then I can do whatever the fuck I want. So actively used his right hand multiple times. So fail. His $5 prompt was say the name of every executed player audibly. He only says the names of the 5 executed players in front of him, not all 10 up to that point. So no money.
So suspicious.
Yes, it's those little things exactly that kind of be like, this was a smart way to fail this. This was a way to like get plausible deniability. And then the $8 hard prompt, which I forget if this is in the episode or not, but they discussed their prompts ahead of time together during their strategy time. So they knew that his hard prompt was switch notebooks with another player and carry your notebook around for at least 5 minutes. He absolutely said, I'm not doing this. You're not. No one's getting my notebook. That's not happening. So out the gate, the $8 hard prompt went out the window. He's like, absolutely fucking not. No one's touching this. So no money for Cooper because he doesn't do any of them. Envelope C is Colby. His $2 easy prompt was say the word flabbergasted 4 times. I think it was a great person to inevitably get this prompt because I do think that word actually feels normal coming out of Colby's mouth as it does Taylor's mouth.
Absolutely agree. Yeah.
But it worked out. They obviously didn't know. They just picked A, B, C, D, or E, but that worked out. So he said that with ease. $5 medium prompt, audibly accuse every other player of sabotaging or moling during the mission, which also he did with ease, but also just feels normal. Just start
that would be
accusing
easy
people
for me too.
of moling it up or sabotaging.
Absolutely.
And then the hard prompt he doesn't complete, which is attach a post-it note to every other player's back. The post-it notes must remain until the challenge is over. He does not do it. I don't even think he...
And he tried it. He did.
He tried, but...
I think he did 1 or 2, and someone took a post-it note off of someone else, and I need to go back and look who that was, Cooper.
I missed that as well, so I'll have to go back and watch now. But $7...
I might be wrong, but yeah.
There's a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces, so it's easy to miss those sly little things. I'll definitely have to look back and see who did, if anyone did. But $7. So Julia 7, Cooper 0, Colby 7. Envelope D is Taylor, who is the only person that like really goes hard to try and complete his hard prompt, which was to disappear from the mission area for 3 minutes, which he does. The problem is that you have to.
It
do
was very
covertly.
obvious.
He drew a lot of attention to it. I mean, when he came back, a lot of people. I mean, Cooper's right there when he comes back. There's just a lot of attention around it. It was a hard prompt to do. It's why it's hard. But he definitely went gung ho for the hard prompt, and unfortunately, I think he does all his prompts. He does the easy prompt of talk about how great the weather is, and his $5 medium prompt was audibly yawn at least 4 times. He does all his prompts. The problem is that there was so much attention being drawn to the hard prompt, and while it could have been a double, triple bluff of he's doing this to make us think it's his prompt, but it's not his prompt, ultimately didn't work out because that's what the executed players guess as his prompt. So he is invalidated.
Right.
The money he would have earned.
One of the things that made it felt obvious to me that it was a prompt and not something that he was just making up to do. Because if Taylor's a player, which is what I'm suspecting, there is no shot he is leaving that room. So like for multiple minutes, so that because he wouldn't be able to watch what was going on in that room. So that had to have been something that he was definitely asked to do, because there's no shot he would have done it otherwise.
That's a good point. That's a very, very good point. See people, if you're gonna play a mole game soon or playing our mole game, talk to Miss Kari. She's got really and that's the thing is and I don't just say this because you're here. Foster and I talk about it all the time. You just have such a great mind for the game, and there's things that you say and you think about, and I'm like, ooh, that's so smart. I never would have even thought that, because in my head I'm like, oh, because Taylor's doing X, Y, and Z, maybe the executed players, think it's a bluff and they don't think about it too much. But that's such a smart.
It's just a risky bluff to do if you're a player and it's this far.
You're missing out on info. You're missing out on seeing everything happen. Yeah, that's definitely a massive risk to take. So smart. Yeah.
One day I'll win.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time. Oh, I thought something was happening. I was like, but there's not many mole games left. You've played a lot of them.
I've only played 3.
I mean, there's I think 2 come to mind that are left for you to play. That are
maybe 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if you're one of those prod teams, reach out to Miss Kari. Get her win.
Perhaps I'll be hosting something soon. Who's to say?
Ooh, I'll shut after. Alrighty. And the last person is Jabbar, who has envelope E, and he completes all of his assignments in time, earning the $15. So he has to pretend to check the time on his non-existent wristwatch at least 3 times. He has to replace 6 green dice, which are in a certain part of the area, with 6 blue dice, which he does very easily.
He crushed that. Yeah.
And then Homeboy, he has to provide at least 1 consecutive minute of trivia facts regarding the trivia topic you disclosed you were a trivia expert in on his dossier, which was Endurance, the TV show, for those who watched Endurance as a kid. So this man is just
amazing.
Just rattling off the boot order from season 2. He's just rattling off names of people that are on teams, which just seems like straight gibberish if you're just watching. But he's just straight up, and I've seen the show, so I know he's not full of shit. I've seen it.
I was impressed.
And I'm just sitting there being like, well, this is all true for the most part. I mean, I don't know about the boot order directly in order. I haven't seen it in a minute, but I was like, yep, those are the colors. That team definitely won that season. He's just in the corner rattling off gibberish. But I know what it is, and the players know what it is, but the XU players have no fucking idea what it is. But bravo to him, $15 full dollars. In the end, the special object remained with Colby to no one's knowledge, because again, it was hidden. So none of them knew. But the executed players just had a suspicion that Colby was lying when, again, none of them were intentionally lying, because no one knew if they could. No one knew about the special object. But the executed players do take $50 out of the potential winnings by correctly guessing that Colby has the special object. So that brings us to the end of this mission and to our final 5 quiz, where we ultimately do have to say goodbye to Colby. So during the quiz overlay, we have Jabbar, Julia, and Taylor all saying Cooper is the mole. Again, people will say, read into what you may. Again, read into whatever you may. Cooper is saying Taylor because of the idea that there's no way that Taylor doesn't know that everyone's looking at him, and he's acting as if he's a mole who's been caught, and yada yada yada. And then Colby, we don't really hear what he's thinking. We just hear the bad omen of, well, I've had a ton of advantage in this game, and I'm feeling a bit nervous that I haven't taken a quiz without an advantage in a very long time, and this is just a very nerve-wracking feeling, and certainly it was, as Colby is executed. It is quite poetic that the first time he has not, I think the last time he hasn't had an advantage at this stage in the game was round 2 at the final 14.
And that's so impressive. So impressive. As someone who plays for advantages, some people don't, and you can win, absolutely win, without even worrying about an advantage.
Don't need one.
It is so impressive to find that many, win that many, con enough people into letting you potentially get that many. So the social game on that boy, off the charts.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
And when the quiz chart gets revealed, he needed them. With all love to Mr. Colby, and he knows it. We've been sharing results as the round
someone who has power bottomed their way through an entire series.
And like, you don't. And all that matters is not being last. That's all that matters. How many amazing race
don't
teams
be last,
have we
and if
seen?
you are last, don't be slow.
That's the thing. Like much like the Amazing Race, you just don't have to be last in any leg. As long as you can be second worst every round, it does not matter. You just can't be last. And he did that. Yeah. Sure, with the help of many, many advantages. But hey, those advantages gave him life. And how many mole games have we played or watched where one additional round was game-changing for someone, where they see them all in action?
Needed.
So sometimes all you need is a round.
To be on the right team at the right time, and you knew who it is.
Yeah. That's all you need sometimes. So, I will always support people who want to play for the longevity and to get themselves one round further. Round 6 when Stephanie goes out because he played the blackout. So he nullified a bunch of things. But valid. But ultimately, Colby's had an advantage every round since round 3. And this was the first round he didn't have anything to play. And it was the end for his run. He also did not know who the mole was. And it's just the game sometimes. There's no shade. It's nothing to feel bad about. It happens. Sometimes you just are wrong. And that's what makes the mole so much fun, is that you can make it as far as Colby and Liz do and still be wrong. But like, you still made it here.
I love being delusionally incorrect. Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I have gotten 4th place twice in a row. Both times I was dead wrong and played the entire game entirely wrong. And did I have a fabulous time? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because at a certain point, you're just like, all I can do is my best. And this is what I think it is. And I've been surviving for 7 rounds.
Yeah.
So like again, like we're talking about like advice for players, like being the opposite of a sore loser will get you everywhere in a mole game. Like you might suck at everything and you might get 1 point on each of those quizzes and get 4th place, and people make fun of you for years, but at least they're still talking about you. Thank you. But no, like it's honestly just fun. It's fun. It's fun to be wrong. It's fun to be delusionally incorrect. Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you're coming into the mole afraid of being wrong, this is not the right format for you, babes.
Definitely
mathematically, you will be wrong.
Absolutely. And if you're the type of person that when you lose, you have to find like other things to blame and other people to blame, this is not the format.
Not for you, babes.
Because if you get executed, it's because of you.
All you. It's all you.
Yes. Yeah, only you. You can say people iced you out of information and whatever, but that only goes so far for an excuse. Like if you get eliminated in the mole, it's because of you, and it's no shade.
No shade. That's why I love the format
now. Yeah, I'm suspicious now because I have like 5 suspects still. And so my top suspect, of course, being Cooper at this point.
Cooper.
And everyone left in the game is also suspicious of Cooper, which makes me think it might not be. but it's also edited and makes it closer.
Can't
So
trust him.
there's no telling, and I can't wait to watch the finale.
Yes. So I'm guessing your mole pick is Cooper. Do you have a winner pick or someone you want to win?
I gotta go Jabbar. He feels so confident, and like he's known who it is for a while, and like doing the quizzes and surviving the quizzes, and like in his DRs, like he's pretty much already spent his check. So I have to go with Jabbar.
Yeah, it's been a ride, and I guess to like jump a little bit ahead. So this is it for the after show. This is it. I won't be back for 10 or so months until Subversion Live Season 4 comes back around, and we'll watch for our new 15 group of candidates who have been picked. They've been picked. Our cast is solidified. How exciting. Obviously, you know, changes can happen. Our game's not till October, but our 15 people that we think will be with us in October are done. But this is it for the after show. Our finale is this Saturday, July 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern, because a majority of our cast is coming to Boston to watch the final episode together, because the winner doesn't know that they've won yet. The winner doesn't know. So to the winner, you don't know it yet, but an absolutely incredible game. And this isn't Survivor. This isn't Big Brother where people can claim that you didn't deserve it or whatever. You took the best final quiz, and therefore you won. Period. You deserved it, and I hope you enjoy.
I'm reading way too much into that statement, but congratulations in the future.
It's also because I fought so many bitches on Reddit who, you know, said that Michael didn't deserve to win Netflix season 2 because he was a decoy, or people claimed that Lancelot didn't deserve to win Belgium 11 because he decoyed, and that the runner-up played way more of a pro-pot team player game, and that should be the winner.
Just say you don't understand the format and stop posting on the internet if you're going to have takes like that.
The winner is the person who knows the most about the mole, all their actions, what they have done the entire season. It does not matter how you got to the end. All that matters is that final quiz. You could have bottomed all season long. You could have been wrong all season long, but as long as you figure it out in the end, that's all that matters. So,
absolutely.
To the winner, well done. And I look forward to seeing your reaction here in like 4 or 5 days. To season 3, y'all been absolutely incredible. Like this really, I mean, we said it on site. We've said it since. Like y'all have been absolutely fantastic. You all y'all shined on camera. Y'all really understood the assignment. Season 4, you've got big shoes to fill. Like season 3,
I
really
loved watching this season as a viewer. And for when people ask me like, what is an LRG? Like, what do you do for a hobby? This is now the season that I'm going to be sending to them, because the cast is just so good. The editing's great. Like the missions are so fun. Like y'all did your big one with this. So thank you.
And we hope to
barking.
And we hope to do our bigger one here in San Diego in 3 months. But this is it. So I won't see y'all for 10 months. I look forward to doing Mole Watch in like April of next year, give or take. I know it's up to Foster whenever he finishes editing, so don't quote me on April. Who knows? But 10 or so months. But that's it. So catch us this Saturday to figure out who the mole is, who's our winner. We have 2 rounds to get through, so we have a Final 4 challenge. Send someone out in 3rd place. And then we have 1 mission for our final 3 and a final quiz that will determine who's the winner, who's the runner-up, and who's the mole. It's what you've been waiting for. 11 weeks of guessing and thinking. It's all here and now. But for Kari, our mother, for me, we're peacing on out. Bye, everyone.
Good night, Star.